Hi, this is Michael, and this is a review of the Sony HDR-AS30V Action Cam. Here's what you get inside the box. First of all, you get the operating guide and then all the warranty and regulatory information. You get a couple of mounts. You get a flat mount, and then you get a curved surface mount. This is probably what you're going to use on a helmet. And then you get the quick release clip, and that just snaps in and out of the mount. That's it. They give you a micro USB cable. This is what you're going to use to charge the battery in the camera. There's no battery charger included. The charging is done in camera. Here's the waterproof housing. This housing has been changed from the previous housing. This camera is only going to be able to be used in up to 16 feet of water. So that's kind of a bummer for scuba divers, because the previous case was good to much greater depth, and it would actually be a viable option, the previous version, but not this one. This is only good to 16 feet. So it might be good for snorkeling, but you just have to make sure you don't exceed 16 feet. There are some improvements to this case, though. There is a membrane now, and there's microphone holes here with a membrane, so you get much better sound recording through the case. And buttons are now on the case so that you can access all the menu functions of the camera. The back of the case, this is how you turn the camera on and off. There is a hold switch here, basically a lock, so when this is switched over into the hold position, you can't accidentally push this button. The way this latches, it's kind of a two-step process, or unlatches, and so there's a little lever here that you push down, and then this just snaps open like this. Now there's also a little kind of a flat spot on the bottom here. An accessory to this camera is the anti-fog pads, and that's where one of those pads can fit down here. And those are really a good thing to get, because you don't want to have your shot ruined because you've got condensation or fog forming on the lens in your camera. So then we come to the camera itself. This is a really compact, lightweight little camera. Couple things I don't like about it is there's no tripod mount on the camera itself. It's very difficult to use this unless it's in its waterproof housing, because this is where the tripod mount is. Now Sony does make an accessory for this, which is basically a housing for this to turn it in sort of like a camcorder, which actually has an LCD screen on it, and that's pretty slick, but it's kind of pricey. But that is available, but the camera itself has no tripod mount on it. This bottom flap opens up, and this is where all your ports are located. You've got a microphone in port. You can use an external mic with this. This is a port here which plugs into various accessories that Sony has, like that enclosure that I mentioned for turning this into more of a camcorder. Then you've got the HDMI, micro HDMI, and then this is your micro USB. The back opens up as well, and this is where you're going to access the memory card, and also this is your battery. And now the battery is a NP-BX1, and this is a 1240 milliamp hour battery. It is charged in camera, as I mentioned. Now when the camera is out of the case, if you're just hand holding this, there is also this little switch here, which is the hold button, so you won't accidentally push that if the switch is over in this position. So to turn the camera on, you just push and hold the rear button for a couple of seconds, and it'll turn on. And the camera is going to be in whatever mode you turned it off in. So if you're in video mode, as soon as you turn this on, it's automatically going to start recording video, so you have to push the back button to put it into pause. If you're in photo mode, then the next time you turn the camera on, you'll be in photo mode. The display here is really my least favorite part of this camera. I don't think that it's really easy to see. The digits look like a 1970s circa digital calculator LCD display. But in any case, you use the next and previous buttons to get to the various functions of the camera. So starting at the power off, this is how you turn the camera off, push the back button, then going through, you go to the movie mode, photo mode, interval, photo mode, setup menu, play. If you want to look at, if you want to watch what you've got, you would hook up an HDMI cable and you can view that on your HD TV, and then the power off button. Now the setup is where you're going to change the various settings. One thing I do like about this is there are much less settings to worry about on this camera than a GoPro 3 Black, for instance. So in video mode, for instance, we have super slow motion, 120 frames a second at 720, which is great for getting those great slow motion shots. Then we've got a VGA mode, which is 480 resolution, 30 frames a second. Then you've got 1080 60p, 1080 30p, and 720 30p. Most of the time you'll probably be shooting in this mode, I guess, at least I do. So those are the various video modes. Oh, you've also got a 720 60p slow motion in addition. So then you go to back to get to the other choices. You do have a little LED on the back here when you are recording. It's going to be blinking to show you that you've got recording in progress. I really like the simplicity of this camera and the quality of the still shots, and the video is very, very good. I really like it, and I think it's probably a lot easier for a lot of people to use this camera than the GoPro, just because the settings have been reduced to a point they're a little easier to get your head around. I'm going to put some photo and video samples on the end of my review here. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll answer it if I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day.